Hello foodies, welcome back to my kitchen and so today we are going to be making some fish stew. So as you can see on your screen now, this is my scumbia fish. This is 2 pieces of scumbia fish diced into sizes. Okay, so I'm seasoning now with some curry powder, some thyme, some salt and some seasoning cubes. Okay, and then I'm going to marinate for 30 minutes. All right, so after pouring in your seasoning and your spices, you can decide also to add either fresh pepper or dry pepper, but I choose not to add that. So after mixing them all together, the reason why you're mixing them like this is for the taste to actually be in the fish when you're done frying. And I marinated it because I want to fry my fish for the stew. So now I'm going to marinate for 30 minutes. Now here are the ingredients. So that is the green atarudo mixed with onions. We have our diced onions. We have our fresh tomato. That is fresh tomato mixed with fresh pepper. I'm going to show you shortly after now how I achieved that. I actually sliced my tomatoes into pieces and some pepper, some red pepper, not the green atarudo now, some red peppers, and I cooked the mixture for 15 minutes, and then I head to my mortar and then I pound it for everything to be smooth. Not really smooth because I wanted a kind of roughly blend fresh tomatoes. Okay, so now into the video proper. The first thing I need to do is I went ahead to fry my fish. It was already 30 minutes since the time I marinated it, so it's now time to fry. Okay, you know the country is hard now, so I was very conscious of my oil, but you can decide to use as much as you want, but this quantity is enough for me. So the first thing I added was some chopped onions, a half bowl of chopped onions. Well, I actually don't know why we use onions before frying it, but I believe it helps. It adds some aroma to it, to whatever we are frying, and it helps it not to get burnt quickly. So I'm going to fry. After putting all my scumbia fish in the oil, I'm going to allow to fry until the under is brown. Then I'm going to flip over, guys. So stay with me, don't you go away, so you're not going to miss any part of this video. Okay, so we have our under brown already. Now I'm going to flip all through and allow the other sides to get brown too. That way I know that my fish is ready. Remember, I did not parboil it, I just had to marinate. Okay, so but you can parboil it if you want to. You can also parboil your fish before frying it, but I choose to marinate for this recipe. Okay, so now I'm going to flip and allow the other side to fry as well, and then I'm going to bring everything out. As you can see, my fish is ready, so I'm now going to take them out of my oil, and then I'll go straight to frying of my tomatoes. So first thing first, I went in with my chopped onions and my turmeric and ginger mixture. So I'm going to stir for everything to combine. Okay, I'm going to stir for the burnt fish particle on my pot to pull off. Then I'm going to go in with my pounded pepper. Mind you, this is not green pepper, but the green atarudo, or other known as scotch bonnet pepper. So I'm going to give it a thorough mix for everything to mix together. And the next ingredient I'm going to add is my tomato paste. Okay, I mixed my tomato paste with a little bit of water, a little quantity of water, for it to be little bit light, not to get burnt easily. Okay, and for it to ease the frying process. Now I stirred and allow it for some minutes, for 5 minutes to fry. As you can see the difference, the oil is already coming out because the tomato is fried. Okay, now the next ingredient I added was my roughly pounded tomato, fresh tomatoes, and red atarudo. I'm still going to mix it all together. If you notice this, it's not splashing out. I don't know if you notice it's not splashing out because my fresh tomato paste is already cooked, so I don't need to fry it that much. So I just had to fry it for just 5 minutes. As you can see, the oil is out, guys. So that is the advantage of pre-cooking your fresh tomatoes. If you are making stew, it helps you to fry it in no time. Okay, so as you can see, guys, the oil is up, and I didn't even cover my pan. I didn't cover my pan because my tomatoes is not splashing out. That's to tell you that at this point in time my tomato is well fried. So I went in now with my seasoning cubes, my salt, my curry, and then my local spice, which is the spicity. I love the spice so much. It gives the stew a kind of very sweet taste. You should try this spicity, it's very nice. Okay, so after going in with my spices, I give it a quick stir and still allow it to cook for just 2 minutes for everything to be together. So at this point in time, I added some quantity of water because my tomato was thick, so I needed it to be a little bit light. So I went in with some water that wasn't up to a cup, just half glass of water. Okay, after stirring, I still did not cover my stew. Okay, if you're making stew, please endeavor not to cover it because it's going to be as if you're boiling the tomato other than frying. That's why I prefer leaving my stew open whenever I'm frying. So at this point in time, I went in with my fried fish, allow it to cook for just 5 minutes, and then your stew is ready. So guys, here's how to make your fish stew. I hope you were able to pick a thing or two from my video. Thank you for always supporting me. Please do well to like this video, drop a comment if you have any other thing to add. Thank you. Till I come your way again next time. Bye bye.